Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Neo XO bringing y'all the Black Clover episode 164 review. This episode has some cool plot lines in it. We get to see Leopold, Charmy, Yami, the Spirit Guardians, all that good stuff. You know, Black Clover always delivering, like I always say. But before we get too deep into it, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more Black Clover content and leave a like on the video. But let's hop right into it. In the beginning of this episode, it starts off with the recap from last episode, and I think this recap was pretty good because like some people skip the recaps, but the narration over the recap in this episode was just entertaining. And I'm a Black Clover fan, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna watch the recap regardless. But I know some people skip over them, and this recap was entertaining. Like if they do recaps like this where the narrator is just doing his thing, like I really don't mind having the recaps because we see the recap between Yami and Dante, and basically the narrator put his own little spin on it, so that's cool right there. You know, then they go into the opening, and then when they come back, we see Asta on the ground because I seen a lot of people commenting this, and I noticed this too. I think I mentioned it in my last episode review. Dante was just punching on Asta while Gray was healing up Ghost, and he was just punching on Asta. Then Asta fell out the sky. Y'all know that from last episode, and he landed on the ground. Now Asta's basically on the ground, and he basically can't do nothing because he just got beat up. Straight up, he got the hands from Dante, and what ends up happening is his anti-magic devil is going crazy. That shows you why he went berserk last episode. But his anti-magic devil is going crazy, and kind of like whenever he fought against Ladros, whenever the anti-magic devil was talking to him, it was a similar situation because Asta's out of power, so like out of stamina, whatever you want to call it, and his anti-magic devil kind of got to talk to him, you know, or really his anti-magic devil just going crazy. Then we get some more valuable information. We see Dante and Yami talking. Dante basically is telling Yami his plan. Like if you notice, if you watch anime, the villains be just cocky, and Dante is so cocky. He's literally telling his enemy his entire plan. He's telling his enemy his plan. If that is not stupid, then I don't know what is. So basically Dante's being dumb and telling Yami his entire plan. He's basically saying that his plan is to open the gates of the underworld using the tree of Clifford, and basically Yami Sukahiro and William Vengeance are the keys to the underworld basically. So that's basically what's going on, and that's why he wants to kidnap Yami. And he also mentions that they need dark magic of the arcane stage and world tree magic of the arcane stage, because I've seen a lot of people theorizing that possibly Raya would be able to open it, but it's like, is Raya's dark magic on an arcane stage? I think that's why they added that little bit of extra information in there. And after, you know, Dante gave the rundown of what's going on, Yami was basically saying like, I gotta end this here and now. That's my boy Yami, my boy right there. We gonna have to see what Yami gonna do. I know what Yami gonna do. He not gonna disappoint y'all, I promise. Like I read the manga, he's not gonna disappoint. I can't wait for that fight. But you know, they couldn't give us too much of Yami and Dante. They gonna save that for another episode. So later in this episode, we see Charmy in the Heart Kingdom, and she basically is a gag character. I don't think Tabata has ever put her in a situation where she's set up to lose, because she always basically wins. Like, and I think that's just because Tabata likes her character, so he's not gonna put her in a situation where she can lose. That doesn't mean she's the most powerful character. It just means she's never fighting anyone who she cannot beat. You know what I mean? And basically, she's fighting off against the Hair Dark Disciple. The Hair Dark Disciple is kind of condescending, and actually all of the Dark Disciples are condescending. That's a common trait that the Dark Disciples have. Basically, this Dark Disciple is a female, and she basically is all about beauty and her hair. She has very long hair, and that's actually her magic. She fights using her hair, and basically, you know, Charmy and her are fighting, but their magic attributes are kind of have an affinity for each other. That's what they said in this episode. So they're kind of passing through each other, but we know Charmy has the other, I guess you want to call it, other form, where she's more tall, and it's kind of like she has a whole different magic whenever the wolf comes out and the wolf be talking to. I don't know. I wish we get more explained about that. I mean, we've seen it before, obviously, whenever Charmy fought against Elf Real, and this is the Charmy that Real fell in love with right here. But basically, we know Charmy, long story short, Charmy gave the Dark Disciple to work, and that's that. Like, she basically pulled out her other magic and gave the Dark Disciple to work. And the crazy thing is, like, she ate her hair, so it's like she ate her hair, so now the Dark Disciple don't have what made her feel beautiful. And Charmy's like said something, a cool line, you know, anime characters would be with the cool lines. Charmy said like something like the real truth to a beautiful body is a well-nutritious diet or something like that. And you know, Charmy likes food, so it makes sense. So a battle of ideals, if you will. So next up, we got my boy Leo. He fighting against the Dark Disciple Savoir, and basically Savoir is overconfident, and Savoir basically says he don't even take damage during battle, and he doesn't like pain. And that don't even make sense, because why are you battling if you don't like, if you don't like pain? Obviously nobody likes pain, but like, if you can't handle pain, why are you battling? And he's basically fighting off against Leo, and Leo is pretty much enduring a bunch of hits and just not going down, basically the will of fire, if you will. And Leo's just enduring all these hits until he finally has an opportunity to attack the Dark Disciple Savoir. And like, the Dark Disciple is basically watching him with his floating eyeballs. Some people, when it came out in the manga, they said it was kind of gross. I mean, I think it's kind of cool, you know, I think it's kind of cool. And we see the markings on Savoir, that's pretty cool too. But basically Savoir is hiding, sniping. He's sniping Leo from across the distance, and Leo can't really find him. So what ends up happening, Leo's like, you know what, I ain't even messing with this. He puts an array around the whole battlefield and puts him basically inside the array, and everything inside the array just fills up with fire. And so that's one way to hit him. If you can't find him, just fill a whole battle arena up with fire, and you're gonna hit him that way. So he hit him, he crying out in pain, and then Leo is like, with all that crying, I know where you at now, ran up on him and basically hit him with one final attack, and the Dark Disciple was out after that, you know. And Leo is like, if you don't like pain, stay off the battlefield, straight like that, my boy Leo. So it seemed like they all ended off with a cool punchline after they defeat the Dark Disciple. We're just gonna have to see what's next. And Gaja pulls up to save the other spirit guardian, basically the spirit guardian of the earth. And she's basically saying too, she like, Gaja, you on a different level than the spirit guardians. Even though we all spirit guardians, you on a different level than us. And yeah, because y'all got off screen, I don't want to hear from y'all. So basically Gaja is cold. Like, Gaja, we still ain't really see the full extent of Gaja's power. I want to see him fight somebody, like, cause he off screen the Dark Disciple, so we still ain't really get to see him at his full extent. He fought against Noelle, and you know, but like, Noelle wasn't anywhere on Gaja's level at that time, and they also didn't go all out versus each other. Now, you know, it wouldn't be Black Clover without ending off with a cliffhanger, and in this episode, we get the cliffhanger of Vonica pulling up on Little Petrica, Noelle, and Mimosa. So we're probably gonna get that fight really soon, and it's gonna be lit like it was in the manga. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. As always, it's been your boy NeoXO, and I'm out.